So I enjoyed the speech. I had some anticipation ahead of time, know your car. The car is right in my wheelhouse. I'm a car guy. And hearing that when you were a teenager, I presume, when you had your red car, and the pride you took in it, I could certainly relate to. And I think that's more of a generational thing. I've noticed growing up in Chicago, I got my license in '73. I became car aware probably 4 or 5 years before that. And probably half of the guys my age in high school were car guys. I mean, we're all working on our own cars. We bought our own cars. They might not be real fancy, but it was just a source of pride, a source of independence. And I have 4 adult children, and only one of them has a car now, so things have really changed. But cars are very interesting, and I thought your story was engaging, especially the turtle wax. And I remember the hard turtle wax, and this goes back, decades, but the only wax available really to do a full-size car might take you 6 hours if you're doing it by hand the proper way. Holy cow, 6 hours! And it wasn't easy. It was a lot of hard work. So things have changed, and I think that was your point, talking about some of the safety features that have changed. You mixed that in with talking about the need to maintain your car. I think you could have, and maybe I missed it, you said it, but I think you could have talked a little bit more about the investment of a car and the financial sense it makes to maintain the car, not only so it continues to work well for you, but resale value when you're done. Talking about the safety features, those were all unique. One of the points or objectives of this was resources for entertainment. It's to be entertaining. Possibly you could have added a few more personal anecdotes to some of the safety things. Maybe talking about some people you know who have been in wrecks and something, if you could turn something that's a terrible consequence into something humorous, maybe talk about how things could have turned out differently if these safety devices had been in effect then, or some other way to just tie a little bit more personal, because it began to list some of the amazing safety features, but it became factual instead of entertaining a little bit. So just something to think about. Anytime you can add more anecdotes like you began with, I think the more interesting the speech would be. A couple of things you did really, really well, knowing you as well as I do from Toastmasters. I've heard a dozen speeches by you, maybe more. I've kind of lost count. The tone and the volume was really effective. So you're going down from being the lecture hall professor where you're having to really amplify to toning it down or modulating it for a smaller group. And I thought that was really well done. It was very interesting, and I wanted to listen even more and it gave you the opportunity, I think, to be more expressive in your voice too. So I really like that. I don't know if that was intentional or whether it just is beginning to happen, but I want to note that because I think that helps support your speeches real well. I wanted to hear more about Italian cars, of course, because that's something you're a little more experienced in, and certainly red Ferraris. Who doesn't love those? And those are the only color they should be in. When I say Ferrari, it's not red. It's like, really? Why did you buy a Ferrari and it's not red? Beautiful cars. And I've been to the Ferrari Museum annually too. So I enjoyed it, and I look forward to hearing your next speech. Mr. Toastmaster.